Hello students, today we start with the question answers of chapter 7, that is education and British rule. Okay, so let's get started. We start with section A as usual, that is take the correct answers. Question number 1 says in the pre-British time dash and dash imparted education. So the answer to this one would be Pathshalas and Madrasas. This is given in the first paragraph of the chapter. The second one says the Charter Act of Dash provided for 1 lakh. It is Charter Act of 1813. I also told you the meaning of Charter Act. Okay, now moving on to question number 3 dash. The universities were set up in Calcutta and Bombay and Madras. So for this, if you just come to this, the Anglicist view, and then you will just say this is the line in 1857 universities were set up in these. So the answer would be 1857. Then we move on to question number 4. This reformer set up Mohammedan Anglo College in Aligarh. So the answer would be Syed Ahmad Khan. This is given in the chapter as we discussed. Maharaja Sayaji Rao set up university in the princely states of Baroda. This also is a straightforward questions. Now moving on to section B, give very short answer for the following questions. If you type the words also, then also that would suffice. So question number 1 is which two subjects were not taught in pre-British times? So if you just go to the paragraph, that is pre-British education in pre-British times. So here we have you will be writing the answer straightforward as science and geography were not taught. Okay, that is it. You can just like write this line only. Okay, so this is your B1. So let me just write B1 here. This is B1. Okay, all right. B2, which Governor General set up madrasas in Calcutta? So if we just come to right hand side, okay, he helped set up madrasas in Calcutta to promote the. So instead of he, what you will be writing is you'll be writing the name of this Warren Hastings, Governor General. Okay, you'll be writing Warren Hastings. Then you will be starting from here. Helped set up madrasas in Calcutta to promote the study of Islamic law. You have to write the name of this person. Okay, Lord Vaughan Hastings helped in this. Okay. Now moving on to question number 3. What did the English Education Act state? For this, what you do is you just like come to promotion of education. The English Education Act. Uh, what you'll be doing is you'll be writing in English Education Act. Then you struck out this. It was decided that money allotted to education would be spent on promoting Western education through medium of English. So what you have to do is you just first start with in English Education Act, then you struck out this part and you start from here. In English Education Act, it was decided that money allotted until English. Okay. So this is your B3. Let me just write the answer. Write this B3. Okay. Now moving on to next question. Why did most Indian reformers set up schools and institutions of higher learning? So if you just come to the Indian section, reformers, okay, they just you will be just be writing. They believed that without education it was difficult to bring about reforms in the society. That's it. You will be writing this line only. This is your B4. Since they are very short answer questions, so you can just like write this. Okay, now moving on to section C, we have give short answers for the following questions. Describe education in pre-British time. Okay, so for this, what we do is you just come to the first paragraph of the chapter. Okay, so you come to this. This is education in pre-British times. So what you do is before the arrival, okay, was very flexible. So you start from here. This is our C1. Okay, let me just put up the mark here. This is C1. Okay, the teacher and they used to prescribe all teaching was no fixed curriculum taught. Whatever the best Sanskrit, Persian, mathematics were the most popular subjects. Science were not taught. Okay, so since this is a short answer question, so what you'll be doing is deemed best for the students. So what you do is you just like write till this point only. This is long enough. Okay, so for C1 you'll be starting from this paragraph and then you'll be writing till his students. Okay, now moving on to question number second. Who was Sir William Jones? Why did he study ancient Indian texts? Okay, so for this we just come to this page and Okay, during his stay, he developed the interest in. Okay, so for this, what we have to do is, since it is not given here, so we will be writing a line here. Who was Sir William Jones? You will be writing Sir William Jones was a linguist. लिंग्विस्ट कौन होता है आपका जो लैंग्वेज की स्टडी करता है LINGUIST ओके this is L linguist okay he was a linguist and then the second part of the question says that why did he study ancient Indian texts so this he believed would serve two purposes he studied English you'll be starting from here for the second part of the question, this he believed would serve two purposes. You can take the line from the question itself. He studied Indian text because he studied Indian texts because point number one and point number two. You'll be writing both of them under this heading. This is the second part of the question. You don't need to write this line. He studied Indian text because it would help the British know about Indian culture, it would help the Indians understand their own history and rediscover their lost heritage. So these are the 2 points that you will be writing in this part. Okay, moving on to question number 3, that is what was downward filtration theory. So for this, what you do is you just come to page number 50. British believe by educating, you will be starting from here, actually paying way for these Indians expected to educate masses spread. This was termed downward filtration theory, called because education would filter downward. This system, however, never came into practice. So you have to, since it is explained in the whole point, so you will have to write the whole of the point. This is question number 3. Since they are short answers, but the thing is that there is no short for this. We cannot further reduce the answer. Okay, so this is answer to C3. Then we have C4. Why did Mahatma Gandhi oppose Western education? What kind of education did he advocate for India? Okay, now coming on to Mahatma Gandhi's section was against the Western education. He felt that this education was, instead of he, what you do is you just like write the name Mahatma Gandhi felt that such an education was not rooted in reality of India. He wanted an education that would help India make pride in its own past. He valued practical education more than the. You'll be writing till this point, okay? This is the answer for both the questions. Okay, now moving on to section D, we have give long answers for the following questions. What was the issue of disagreement between Orientalist and Anglicist? So for this, what we do is we just come to the paragraph, which is the view of Anglicists. In that, we would just like know about this. Okay, many British did not agree with the Orientalist ways. They believed that. Okay, we'll be starting from here. They believed that Indian learning was unscientific and supported superstitions. James Mill was of the opinion that useful education needed. So Anglicists felt that Indians should be imparted Western learning. He'll be writing it till here. So this says that difference of opinion, viewpoint of the Anglicist against the Orientalist view. So that just like compares both the views. Okay. Moving on to section D, question number 2. The Woods Dispatch emphasized that British would benefit greatly if Western education was promoted in India. What were these benefits? So we just come to this Woods Dispatch. Okay. Woods Dispatch. It outlined many benefits of such education. You will be writing this point, and this is your D2. Okay, you'll be writing these 2 points, and then you will be writing the third point. For third point, what you do is lower level of government. You write the third point till this point. Okay, so that is okay. Moving on to the next question. What were the education guidelines laid down in Wood's dispatch? Okay, all right. For guidelines, we are given. Okay, all right. So there are 4 points given. So you can just like write any three. This is your D3. Answer to D3. Let me just check it. Okay, this is D3. So what you'll be doing is you will just be writing uh, any three out of these four which you find easy to learn out of these four. You can just like write any three of them. Okay, all right. Now moving on to question number four, that is Ort's question. This says education in ancient India was not meant for all. Similarly, education in British India was also not meant for all. What do you understand by this statement? This statement says that in pre-British time, the education was restricted to upper caste sections only. The lower caste people, they were not allowed to read those texts. Similarly, during the British times, the problem was different, but the scenario was same because the medium of instructions was English, and most of the section of the society they never knew English. And besides that, there were few education institutions. That is why this statement is there. So for this, what you'll be doing is you'll be writing this answer. Okay. Okay. All right. Hold on. Okay. Okay. This is your answer to D4. It says education in British time was only restricted to the upper castes only. Similarly, during British times, since the mode of instruction was English, education remained restricted to only handful of people. So you'll be writing your answer as D4. D5. The reason behind introducing education in India was to fill the lower post jobs. Why did this need arise? Since we are given this as directly, so we will be taking it from the question itself. Develop Angame required administration to ensure supply of people. Okay, all right. You have to start from here. That is, this is your answer D5. This is D5. It would thus save the company from employing English who would have paid higher salary for working in India. Also, since these people would be dependent on British, they would be loyal to the British to continue their service. This is your D5. Okay, that would be all. If you got any questions, then you can, of course, we will be discussing them in the class.